Welcome to the Dreamer's Bracket of the Christmas Miracle Triathlon. I'm Sergeant Angle, and I'm joined today by Satan's favorite hobo for the match between the Sugar Vandals and the Fanatical Llamas. The winner of this match moving on to take on the seemingly short Dragons. Satan's favorite hobo, what do you think we're going to see tonight?
Well, this is, we're getting pretty deep into this tournament, which has been running for, 5 or 6 weeks now, I want to say. So, we're at this point, I think we're very unlikely to see the sort of amateurish mistakes that we were seeing earlier on. Both teams have had a chance to see each other compete. They've had a chance to learn the games. So I think we're going to see some of the highest competition we've seen yet.
I think that's a fair take on it. We've got two teams that had pretty strong showings in their previous rounds, right? The Fanatical Llamas, they barely. I know because I was taking them on as a sassy cadet. We got out of that match by the hair on our chin chins, and the Sugar Vandals have had some pretty strong play in the past, which I guess you would know quite a lot about based on their previous round. So yeah, I think we're going to see some. I think we're going to see some pretty high level play here. What game? You've got some insight into the mind, perhaps the Sugar Vandals, having played against them. What do you think they want to play against the Fanatical Llamas tonight? If they win the flip, what are they going to pick?
Well, so the Fanatical Llamas can be expected to head for Rocket League, and Rogue Company.
You mean the Sugar Vandals, right? For Rocket League?
No, I mean the Fanatical Llamas.
The Fanatical Llamas?
Feel free to disagree. Let's hear your take.
Well, the Fanatical Llamas, they lost Rocket League in their first match.
Against the Cadets.
Against the Cadets, yeah.
Fair enough. And this is only their second round of the tournament.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
And we've been seeing some pretty strong Rocket League play coming from both Stalats and Typical Toast, I think, in this tournament. So I actually think that the Sugar Vandals are looking to play Rocket League tonight.
Well, so Rocket League is interesting because there's really no other game like it. You can't bring your experience with, say, Madden to Rocket League. You have to learn skills from the ground up. Whereas something like Rogue Company or even Spellsworn, you can bring your experience with MOBAs into Spellsworn. You can obviously bring your experience with shooters into Rogue Company, but Rocket League is its own animal. And so it's very compartmentalized, and it's just a question of who knows the game and has practiced the game enough to best the other team. And a little bit of practice can go a long way. Fanatical Llamas have had a lot of time to practice, so it will be interesting to see what they do. We could also potentially see them going for a big payoff with something like Spellsworn, which it seems like everyone is still pretty new with.
Yeah, and I think the Fanatical Llamas, they had a pretty strong showing in Spellsworn in their first match. I think they might be really gunning for a Spellsworn victory here tonight. I think that my call is, I think that there's an edge in Rocket League in favor of Sugar Vandals. There is an edge in Spellsworn in favor of the Llamas, and Rogue Company, I think, is anyone's match. We've seen some very good Rogue Company play out of both teams. McMethanol with some crazy plays in Rogue Company in his previous match, and we've seen some really solid high-level play from the Sugar Vandals against some really stiff Rogue Company competition too. So I think that one's too close to call.
Well, so who do you see walking out of this and advancing to the next round in the Dreamers bracket?
I think Rocket League goes Sugar Vandals. I think Spellsworn goes to the Llamas. I think Rogue Company's a bit of a toss-up, but I think that the lead that the Sugar Vandals probably have in Rocket League, I think it might be a little bigger than the lead that I'm expecting to see the Fanatical Llamas to have in Spellsworn. So if you put a gun to my head, I'd say probably the Sugar Vandals just by a hair, but I have no confidence in that prediction whatsoever. I think this is going to be a really close match. How about you?
Well, yeah, so I got to put my money on the Fanatical Llamas for this one. They're one thing that they've got. The Sugar Vandals, I think they're very calculating. That that they've talked their way through all of these games in advance. They have their strategies figured out. They know how they want to play. But the Fanatical Llamas are crafty and they are scrappy, and they are going to be pulling some stunts when you push the Fanatical Llamas up against the wall. I think we're going to see a level of play from them that we didn't see in the first round. I think they're going to be surprising the Sugar Vandals, and I think at least in Road Company and probably in Spellsworn as well. But even in Rocket League, I think they've got a clean shot at a win. So I'm putting my money on the Llamas.
Well, we got a split decision here, which I think in any case, you agree. You think it's going to be pretty close, or you think it's going to be a
Oh, I
decisive
think it
match?
definitely think it's going to be a good round to watch.
So it sounds like you think Fanatical Llamas are going to walk away with Rocket League, or sorry, with Rogue Company and Spellsworn, and maybe lose Rocket League. Is that
Yeah,
what you think is going to
that's
happen?
that's right. You talked me into Sugar Vandals taking that.
So if the Fanatical Llamas win the toss, what game do they pick to play? If you're a llama,
If I'm a llama and I win the toss, based on everything we've discussed here, I think Spellsworn is the ticket.
I agree. I think Spellsworn's what they want to play. If they come out with the win, they go into Rocket League. If they come out with a lose, then they pick into Rogue Company. I think is what I'd do if I was a llama. Uh, and if I were the Sugar Vandals, I think I'd do the inverse, right? I'd pick Rocket League and then try to avoid Spellsworn. I'd pick Rogue Company. If we lose Rocket League and if you win, then you play Rogue Company in round three. But
We do have some of the players gathering in the lobby. Let's what do you say we hop over there
yeah, let's
and
pop on
look at
over
their
to the
team?
pregame lobby and see how everyone's feeling.
Die and all that. So, well, hello.
Hello there.
Greetings, greetings.
Greetings.
How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing well.
We're excited.
Ooh.
We're hyped.
We just wanted to get the read from you guys. How do you feel about this coming round?
Well, we just got to get in the zone. We gotta take the ball. We gotta pass it around, take some shots, make some plays, and just stay in the zone. When you're in the zone, you win games.
I might want to swear some spells here and there. Every now and then, dribble the ball, drill down. How you feel about that, Peter?
I think as long as you're in the zone, I think you're gonna drill that ball into the net. I think we're gonna get a touchdown.
I like it.
So I'm hearing a lot of
Let's,
Rocket League confidence out of the Sugar Vandals here tonight.
I gotta say, there's some risky plays you guys are talking about. It's a lot of confidence.
Well, we've been practicing our drill down.
It's not risky if you're in the zone. If you're in the zone, you win the game. Have you ever heard any athlete speak? This is how it works.
I gotta say this. I respect
ahead.
a team that's willing to take on these kinds of risks, to achieve victory. Like that's hats off to you for that.
I am always ready to take on any risk necessary for victory.
Oh, Shazam coming in strong. I like
All
it.
right, Shazam. All right.
Hey, Shazam, I gotta ask you. You haven't competed in the tournament in many weeks. This is only going to be your second round of the tournament. Do you feel like that might be a disadvantage going up against the Sugar Vandals?
I mean, the only disadvantage that I had was that my wife did not understand how long a normal match was going to take, and I think that has been dealt with.
All right.
Shazam coming in really strong tonight.
She's not listening in, I hope.
Well, if you guys weren't scared before, you should be now.
Hang on, I gotta call his wife.
That's some grade A trash talk.
All right. Well, I've got the random picker wheel up. Instead of doing our head or tails toss, we're just gonna spin a wheel and see who gets to choose first. So we're gonna. It's up on the stream now.
Free trip to Hawaii.
The wheel of fortune is
Wow.
spinning, And the Fanatical Llamas have won it, so Fanatical Llamas, you get to decide which game gets played first.
Hold on, we're going to go to our channel real fast.
All right, they have a little huddle, little scrum going on here. Okay, they went to the channel one at a time, and that was
That's
perfect.
good. That's good.
It
I
shows
think we just
great
needed to vent.
coordination.
I think the Fanatical Llamas not expecting to win the coin toss.
We will be doing Spellsworn.
Spellsworn
Alright.
it is. All right, so the Fanatical Llamas, as we expected, going for Spellsworn out of the gate. Looks like Typical Toast going for Homing, Shock, Energy Shield, and Blink. Popular spells in this tournament so far. Energy Shield has seen some really strong play. Recall Nope has a Homing Missile, Counter Pulse, Stalats with Shock, Homing Missile, Blink, Speed Boost, Shazam with a Crescent, Homing Missile, and Lightning Strike. Blink, pretty standard spell set so far. Pretty standard focus.
Also, there is something that stands out to me though, which is the first 3 builds that we looked at were very defensive with only one offensive spell, which is homing, semi-obligatory in the Q slot. We only have one person though who's reaching all the way over for 3 offensive spells and a speed boost. So he has the potential to dish out a lot of damage, but there's also a good chance that he's here for the first one on lava.
Yeah, Shazam's hard on offense here with 3 offensive spells and a blink, taking a little bit of damage early. Typical Toast getting some good hits on Recall Nope, and it looks pretty clear that Typical Toast and Stalats are going after Recall Nope here.
And Typical Toast now getting pushed out onto the lava just within seconds of the round starting.
Shazam making them pay though.
Recall Nope. That's some friendly fire right there. And Typical Toast and Stalats seem very coordinated.
Shazam needs to go hard on the offense here to try and punish the Sugar Vandals for their focus on Recall Nope. And he seems to be doing just that. Recall Nope playing defensively, trying to stay away. Shazam can't dodge the homing missile, takes some damage, having trouble landing that Crescent, which is hard to hit. And it looks like the Sugar Vandals picked up on the reticence of Recall Nope to present himself as a target and have switched focus to Shazam.
So one thing we're seeing here, both sides are getting knocked onto the lava. Nobody's really landing any offensive spells except for those homing, which are almost always hitting. We're seeing a few successful energy shields, a few successful counter pulses, but pretty much people just steadily dinking each other down with homing missiles. Oh! Excellent knock. Recall Nope was able to blink back to safety, but now he's down to 60.
And that's a
and
blink
he's back on the lava
immolate.
again.
This might be it for Recall Nope. Oh, Recall Nope makes it back, dodging the homing missile, but very low on health. And does not have many places left to hide. Shazam getting knocked out too. This is not looking good.
Really
for the
nice
Fanatical
blink there.
Llamas.
And a counter pulse. He's not going down without a fight. And Sugar Vandals pushing for blood on Recall Nope. All it takes is one hit at this point.
Good hits on Stalat, knocking him out, and Recall Nope with the Blink Immolate for a lot of damage, but he dies for it. I think that was a good play though. He had to try something.
Shazam now blinking back. Everyone's blinks are down at this point.
Yeah, that Immolate was a strong Immolate to knock Shazam out. That would be the end of the first match, going to the Sugar Vandals. Let's see how people are going to switch things up here. Recall Nope picking up Crescent, Tier 3.
So, that's got to be discouraging. Win the coin flip at the very beginning and then immediately lose the first round.
Unless this is as Shazam said,
What do you think the Llamas are thinking about right now? What are they talking about to try to turn this thing around?
I think that match was reasonably close at the start. They managed to catch Recall Nope out of position a few times and really get some good focus in on him. I think that the Llamas need to pick their focus here and drill into it. They need to decide Stalats or Typical Toast and give them a bad day because their damage seemed pretty evenly distributed. And they also need to pivot more. So if the Sugar Vandals go hard on Recall Nope, Shazam needs to come in very aggressively. And if they pivot focus, Recall Nope needs to kind of spring back into action to capitalize on their tunnel here.
Yeah, we really need to see from Llamas, whatever their strategy is, we need to see the kind of coordination that Sugar Vandals was exhibiting. Like, Sugar Vandals had a plan, they were executing it from the very beginning, and they just had Llamas just reacting the entire round. And here once again, we see there looks like they're dogpiling on Shazam this time.
I think it's a good call to switch focus to keep the Llamas on their toes. Recall Nope's in a good position here on the center of the map, but gets knocked back and away from Stalats.
Oh, typical Toast taking a homing missile while he's trying to get a lightning strike off. Lightning strike looks like a very popular spell tonight.
Lightning Strike has been seeing a lot more play recently, as has that Spell Shield. We see homing into the Spell Shield, Recall Nope knocks it back, it goes into the Spell Shield again, and then hits Shazam. So Spell Shield definitely seeing a lot of value here.
Oh, Immolate onto Shazam. He blinks, but he's back up against the wall. That's going to do a lot of damage. Shazam down to 6 health, and that'll do it. Amazing play from Sugar Vandals, just knocking Shazam out onto the lava within seconds of the round starting, consistently keeping him on his back feet, and now it's going to takes a masterful play from Recall Nope to turn this around.
The Sugar Vandals have been doing a really good job of denying re-entry to the map. Once someone gets knocked out into that darkened region, they just punish that positioning. Recall Nope with a blink. We'll see if the Sugar Vandals take advantage of that for an Immolate attack here.
Recall Nope just looking for some sort of an opening. Dodging missiles left and right. And his blink is down. We can expect to see some Immolate charges coming up here. Oh. And now
Two
his
missed
is
Immolates
down.
back to back, and that's a good shock hit on typical Toast.
Now that Hydra is going to become pretty hard to use here in a minute. It's a long-range spell, so with the island this small, it's going to be really hard to land some hits. Struggling to stay on the land. Perfectly placed Immolate, and that's the end of round 2.
And some really good plays on the part of Recall Nope there at the end to reposition himself, dodging attacks with that blink to get in better positioning, but they just didn't. It was not enough to pull out of that 1v2. And the Sugar Vandals just, when they smell blood in the water, they don't sugarcoat it. They go for the kill.
Yeah, that early assassination was just devastating.
We're seeing a number of people. Let's see, Stalats has Windwalk, Recall Nope has Windwalk picking up. We're seeing more popularity of that in the tournament. We're seeing more confidence in this game too. Players are picking up more spells than we've been seeing in previous matches. So definitely folks have been practicing this one.
When Dantastic and I were practicing for what would be our final match, we actually spent a good chunk of time with a Windwalk-centric build. If you can execute it correctly, it's fantastic. But the challenge is, Windwalk builds tend to require a lot of mental overhead. You really have to know what you're doing. You have to have a lot of simultaneous counters running at once. And Shazam already on the lava with a quarter of his health gone.
See, that takes a good chunk of damage, but Stalats is also knocked out during the Immolate. Doesn't counter it, cancel it, and takes a lot of damage out in the miasma. A nice crescent hit from Shazam on Stalats, and Stalats has taken a good chunk of damage here at the start, but Shazam's looking a little unhealthy as well. Shazam needs to rabbit here and stay alive.
Shazam now, oh my goodness, Shazam having to walk back, finally got his blink off, but he is on his last legs. 20 health left.
Knocked out again from a homing missile, and finished off by Stalats. Oh, pardon me, by typical Toast there.
It's going to take a miracle now. Recall Nope just struggling to find a way to create some hope for this first game of the tournament. That's not going to help. Chunking down the last bit of health, just some consistent dominance from Sugar Vandals.
Stalats does take
no weakness.
A little bit of friendly fire there at the end, but it's probably not going to make too much of a difference here. Recall Nope trying to stay alive, blinking away from that homing missile, but he still eats it.
An offensive blink, that's a real desperate maneuver at this point, because you know who's going to be needing it to get off the miasma later. Homing missile to the face.
Recall Nope's in a really dangerous position here, because anything that knocks him off the map is going to knock him off pretty far.
Oh, that Immolate. Nice work from Stalats, patiently waiting. We're not really seeing a lot of people even using Windwalk.
A lot of
Still, that's
good
now-
dodges, but not enough to carry the day. And that is going to be it for the Sugar Vandals.
That's it for
3-0 in Spellsworn.
just a really clean win. Let's go ahead and hop back into the lobby, see what the vibe is.
Good game.
Yeah, GG.
GG's.
Sugar Vandals, tell us about that game.
Well, we got in the zone. We
Down.
drove hard. We drove hard. We got a touchdown. We pulled the blue
So
42.
let me ask you this: did you focus on the fundamentals?
We did, absolutely. The fundamentals are essential for fundamentally getting in the zone.
See, that's what
I actually went in the opposite direction. I forgot everything I knew about the game and kind of blindly closed my eyes and clicked around until things happened.
Oh, the
And that's how
tabula
we got in
rasa
the zone.
strategy.
Yeah. I think we are going to pick Rocket League next.
Delightful.
All right. Typical Toast, Big Stalats, Zam 58, Recall, Nope. 1 of 3. Fanatical Llamas fighting to stay in it. And are starting off on the defense.
We're already seeing some excellent coordination from Sugar Vandals, staying on top of that ball. A wild scrum up here on the left side.
A lot of folks
Sugar
jumping
Vandals
around.
setting up a shot.
That's a really good center on Typical Toast part. Recall Nope does a good
And
job knocking
Big
him out of the way. Big
Coming in for
Stalats.
the score.
Really good positioning on his part. You see Recall Nope doing a good job shoving Typical Toast to keep him from getting the score himself, but unfortunately, probably superior positioning from the Sugar Vandals there.
Some tremendous discipline from Big Celeste, just waiting to take that shot until the right position, just trusting Typical Toast to set up that shot with the Llamas just all over it.
Recall Nope clears, has an open net, shot on net, but unable to finish.
And it's a wild ball. Everyone's scrambling to get back in front of it. Stalats looks like he's just playing that same play, just hanging back and trusting, and it paid off again.
Recall Nope, or Typical Toast with a good center, Stalats with a good finish. And if you note, right when that happens, Zam 58 and Recall Nope are right on top of each other under the ball. No one's really in a position to defend the net, leaving Stalats wide open for finishes like that.
So one of the things that we're seeing here is, and we are about to see another score. No.
We're about to see a lot of people
Very
trying to hit the
close.
ball.
Typical Toast taking the shot, and it goes in off the rim. Yeah, what we're seeing here is Big Stalats is really staying back off of the ball, and Typical Toast is almost playing a game of 1v2 until that perfect moment when Stalats just swoops in to take the shot. And incredibly, Typical Toast is able to just carry that weight and get the ball where it needs to go against the Llamas by himself.
Big Stalats with the clear. He's gonna center it up, or try to. Yep, there's the center.
Right now, and
Typical Toast can't quite finish it.
off.
Typical Toast now probably going to look to center it for Stalats. Zam tries to clear, fails. Recall Nope with good defensive block there. That shot
There's
goes
a couple
wide.
of sort of messy shots here. We're not seeing. It's almost like the Sugar Vandals just stopped using the tactic that just gave them so many big scores.
That was a remarkable save from Recall Nope from the Stalats finishing move there. Recall Nope looks to center, but Stalats says no.
Llama's just trying to set up some sort of a drive here. Big Stalats taking the shot, and it goes in.
And you look at that entire run, there was some really good defensive effort on the part of the Fanatical Llamas, but they just couldn't get the ball out of their defensive zone. And after 4 or 5 shots on goal, the Sugar Vandals take it away.
Sugar Vandals are now averaging a point every 29 seconds. Vastly more dominant than they were in Spellsworn, which is still pretty clean. Right now it's starting to look like your predictive powers are holding strong.
Well, I was wrong about Spellsworn, but I appreciate the compliment nonetheless. Recall Nope rushing back to defend.
Oh, Oh, just barely misses that shot. We call no nudging it back out. And we're finally starting to see a little bit of a drive here from the Llamas. Oh, but they lose control of the ball. Stalats is there to drive it back.
Llamas are going to have to do some kind of shake-up to their overall tactic here if they're going to pull this one out at this point.
Damn,
Stalats
not so much goaling as just sort of watching the ball go in from the play.
You can see him, he climbs up the edge a little bit, and it's really hard to recover from that. It's really easy to get stuck in your own goal, because once you're in the air, cars are a little bit floaty.
Not a lot you can do. The Sugar Vandals just dogpiling, and Big Stalats just amazing. Just cruise right over. Now watch how he just steamrolls.
You see Shazam there, I think, trying to do a side hit, but isn't able to, and just gets completely out of the way, and no one's on the goal to do defensive protection there.
Yeah, when you're coming in straight on the ball like that, you really have to be thinking about the consequences. When you're doing one of those big jumps, if you miss, it can go very, very wrong.
Recall Note does a good job on the kickoff there, putting the Sugar Vandals on defensive. Ball's in the center now. And it's not looking good, but Typical Toast playing a little bit of defense there for the Fanatical Llamas.
And those 4 seconds are probably the strongest we've seen for the Llamas so far. And
Big Stalats chips it in for another goal. He just knows where he needs to be when he needs to be there.
now a 7-0 lead. The chance of Sugar Llamas turning this around is remote. You know, the one thing that you and I both agreed on about this match was that it was going to be close. And we are not seeing that today.
That's true. We'll see what the Fanatical Llamas can do. You know, I know that the Sugar Vandals, they had time to warm up for this match. Big Stalats with another goal. But it's possible that the Fanatical Llamas are getting their warm-up in right now, so we might see them pulling some stuff out in the next match. Recall Nope saying, "No man scores on me. I score on my own goal freely."
Well, you know, we are still seeing some very energetic play from the Llamas. They clearly haven't given up. They're going to fight to the very last bitter second of this match. But at this point, they've there to meet him and knock it right back out. But that was a solid actual drive from Recall Nope. He was able to actually take a shot.
Recall Nope's been doing some good clears as well. We've seen a lot of good clears in defense on the part of the Llamas. They've been having trouble just getting it to the blue side of the field. That's shaken up here. And
yeah,
Stalats
the
clearing.
Typical Toast just consistently dribbling the ball where he needs it to be. Oh!
That looks like it might have been a bit of an own goal. Let's see in the.
And this is kind of a. You can see Llamas just swirling all over that ball there, just desperately trying to stop the roll. But Stalats' shots are just laser accurate. Nice counter there. With 30 seconds left on the clock.
I think both teams at this point are thinking about the next match.
Yeah, we might as well switch to chariots at this point.
The question to ask is, can the Llamas pull this out?
What would it take for the Llamas to win the next round? What would they have to do against 0-9?
You know, I think that the biggest thing that they can do to improve in the next match is improve their positioning. There are a lot of cases where both Llamas are on the ball and only one Sugar Vandal is. And in those cases, they want to find a way to position themselves so that one person's after the ball and the other person is in a position to take advantage of it, which is, in this replay right now, that's what we see, right? Typical Toast is on the ball, Stalats is ready to take advantage of whatever happens next.
I mean, you can even hear in the tone of the Sugar Llamas, you know, they're deflated. They can see the writing on the wall here.
I mean, maybe it's a ruse, a clever ruse. to lure the Sugar Vandals into a false sense of security. That's
the ultimate flex.
a good pinch right there. Getting the ball in the blue zone.
Oh, if you could set the screen back up again, that would be.
Oh, it should be. Hang on, I'll redo it here. Yeah. Stalats tries to jump to get the ball, is unable to, and right here, this is the issue we're seeing. Both both Fanatical Llamas chasing after the ball together. Send one car after the ball there, and have the other person in position to take advantage. Recall Nope tries to get a shot on goal, but the jump's a little difficult. And again, both Fanatical Llamas chasing the ball at that point.
Just a wild attempt from Recall Nope to set up a shot.
Double miss there. Typical Toast, keeping the ball moving slowly into Orange's territory. And he's going to try and center this for Frankie Stalats. It's going to be a really slow-moving center, and
here comes Stalats. Oh, didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
I think that might have been a self-score.
I think it was. Now you can see here that no one from the Fanatical Llamas team is in position to defend the net.
Yep.
They're both chasing after the ball rolls past them, and neither of them are in a position to knock it away from the goal. They can only knock it in on the goal there. So.
Shazam 58. Knocked it right in. Yeah, Typical Toast just glued to this ball. He's not taking big risks with it. He's not frantically boosting. He's just doing these tiny little love taps and dribbling in where he wants it to go.
Big Slat sets up the ball on the side. Shazam's going to try and clear. Good clear. And that, you might have spotted it right there. There's a collision between Recall Nope and Shazam, which is what happens when everyone on the team goes after the ball together.
Just tripping over each other. And
no one in position on net. Big Slats chips it in. I think
now, I will say this: the scoring has slowed down a bit in the second round.
That's very true. And I think the driving, like the thing is, the driving mechanics that we're seeing here are not bad, right? The Fanatical Llamas have had some really good clears. They've had some good saves.
Oh!
Ooh, Shazam goes kablam there.
Score of the tournament. It does not get much cleaner than that, folks. Just complete dominance. Flipping in and getting a demolition on top of everything else.
Sugar Vandals are looking very, very strong in Rocket League here. Recall Nope coming in from the side. Check the goal.
Oh, nudging it into his own goal. Shazam almost scored on himself. Big Stalats misses the shot. And Recall Nope driving it. Typical Toast can't stop him. Reset at the center. Oh, Big Stalats knocks it back out.
It's a good defend from Big Stalats.
No, that's the kind of Rocket League that we were just hoping to see from both sides.
Big Stalats with a strong center here if Typical Toast can land the aerial. Recall Nope. Knocking it out of the center and then centering it again. This is not going to be good. Well, it's fine.
Fairly well, but you know, we are seeing. I think the teamwork that we were seeing from Sugar Vandals is kind of breaking down too. They're just not using the positioning that they were doing that worked so well in the first round.
I wonder if the Sugar Vandals have taken on a more defensive posture in this match, or if we're seeing better defense out of the Llamas. I honestly don't know enough about the game to comment on that.
Yeah, you mean in the previous one you were seeing Typical Toast dribbling the ball in, he'd center it, and then Big Stalats would streak in and take the shot. And now we're just sort of seeing, see here, Typical Toast just hops away from the ball. I think we're seeing this is a very different gameplay here.
Shazam with a good save there, knocking it out of their zone back into blue. He's gonna miss the knock toward the goal. Recall Nope's coming in with a good shot, and that is a goal.
And finally, Llamas put some points on the board.
And this is a really solid shot here because he has to go around Typical Toast, who's trying to block him off the ball, and then chip it over the goalie there. Good shot. Good
if
goal.
Nothing else, that 1 point is just infinitely more than zero. It allows them to walk away from this experience with this sort of like shred of dignity.
The honor goal.
And I will say, you know, I feel like the Typical Toast that we were seeing in the first part of this match just vanished a couple minutes ago. Really, Temple Toast now just sort of hanging back, playing goalie. Yeah, I think the only way to explain what we're seeing here is that Sugar Vandals have just decided to rest on their laurels, not take any risks.
I think
Just
it's,
make
yeah,
sure.
there's no reason to take the risk at this point unless the Fanatical Llamas pick up another point. Because,
Decided the best defense is good defense.
yeah, you see
It'll
Typical
pay
Toes
off.
playing pure goalie here, which gives them a lot of safety from breakaway goals, which he's going to try and pull off right now on his own.
Toes driving it. Yeah, once again we see Llamas just tripping over each other, trying to get that ball.
There's a
Typical
good
Toes
aerial,
back
though,
on.
to break the center position. Stalats with
Fake
a shot,
squats.
goes wide.
30 seconds left on the clock. We are watching the last 30 seconds of Sugar Llama's participation in the Christmas Miracle Triathlon.
That'd be Fanatical Llamas. But yes,
Thank you. What did I say?
Sugar Llamas. Sugar Llamas being the team featuring the playing skills of Shazam 58 and Typical Toast.
Right. That's a quality shot catch.
This is the exact professionalism that you see from the shoutcasters really throughout this entire tournament.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Wait, you're getting paid? Loose ball here, not really a whole lot that can be done. A valiant effort on the part of the Fanatical Llamas for a second goal there in the end, but that's going to go 2-0 in Rocket League to the Sugar Vandals. Sugar Vandals are going to advance out of this round into the next match. Fanatical Llamas losing their match in the Dreamers bracket are walking away with the story. Let's go back to the pregame lobby here.
Jeez.
So,
Well played,
Fanatical
everyone.
Llamas, you are on your way out. Any thoughts on what's
Good games.
Good Gibbs.
Games. I don't think they caught your question there.
What was
Fanatical Llamas? Just wanted to get your thoughts. How are you feeling walking out of that round?
It was really close. It was really close. Yeah. You know, really just they pulled ahead by a hair. So
Yeah, both teams scored points.
It's
We
true.
scored points. Perhaps you should say.
well, collectively points were scored.
Yeah, both teams scored points.
The details not so important. All right. Well played. Well
Nice
played.
play. Nice
Yeah,
play.
good guys game. Good guys game. Good
Yes,
game,
good-
guys.
Good guys.
Good guys and game. I
Yes.
think that's appropriate.
Yes, it's a guys' game. For sure. It's just
Yeah,
a
totally.
boys' club.
Oh,
100%.
man.
All right.
Alright.
Well,
Let the record
good luck
show
out there.
that I-
Yep.
yes,
Thanks.
Good luck. Good sportsmanship around.
Awesome.
All right.
See
So
you guys.
yeah, next match is Monday. I think that's at 6 p.m. PST. Yep. Catch you guys later.
See ya.
Catch you guys.
That's right. Next match is going to be final match of round 3, featuring the Sassy Cadets versus the Remarkable Wombats. 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The Sugar Vandals will be going on to rematch against the Seemingly Short Dragons in the Dreamers bracket, now that they've defeated the Fanatical Llamas. The first time the Sugar Vandals took on the Seemingly Short Dragons, they won 2-1. We'll see what happens in the rematch coming up here in round 4.
And I do want to point out, as of this moment, we are now officially in the semifinals. That can be a little hard to see because of the structure of the bracket, but there are 4 teams, or there are going to be 4 teams left in the tournament. Oh no, there are 4.
There are 4 teams
as of
left.
this moment.
The Sassy
Yeah.
Cadets, Remarkable Wombats, Seemingly Short Dragons, and now the Sugar Vandals. So,
We're getting down to it.
yeah. Well, tune in on Monday for some can't miss television.
Sergeant, I appreciate you sharing your angles and shoutcasting on this incredibly nail-biting close round. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll say his favorite hobo. If I do say so myself, you're my favorite hobo.
Aw, that's sweet. You are, as I described you on Twitter when I shared this link, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, my second hairiest brother.
It's true. It's objectively scientifically accurate. And on that delightful
right.
note,
See you on Monday.
see you then.